Okay, so I think it's time to go through my cookie graveyard. If you don't know, that's kind of what cookiers refer to their old cookies that they've just kept in containers and haven't been able to get rid of yet. So I have been in the process of, I shut down my cookie business last year. And so I've been in the process of kind of getting rid of some of my cookie stuff, downsizing it. I've been slowly selling some of my cutters on like the buy sell trade groups on Facebook, which is kind of a pain. That's why it's going kind of slowly. I finally last week found a local buyer for my bun rack and a bunch of pans, though I'm keeping some pans and lids because I still do make cookies for myself and my family, and you know, because I enjoy it. I'm trying to enjoy it a little bit more by not doing orders. So this week I plan on going through some of my stencils and seeing which ones I can get rid of and sell, which ones I want to keep for possibly using on cookies, and then which stencils that I want to possibly use in other art forms. So that's the good thing about like cookies, is that a lot of the tools will transfer easily to the other art forms that I'm doing now. The only problem is once you transfer those, you can't bring them back. So like once I use one of those stencils with paint, I can't then use it on cookies again. So it's like a one-way trip, but I'm fine with that now. I'm confident in my decisions. So I figured, that before I toss these decorated cookies that I've made that I love, but I'm trying to make room, I would make a video of them to kind of memorialize them and, you know, have them saved that way instead of taking up space and gathering dust on my shelves and bins, because I don't have room for that. I live in a small 2-bedroom apartment. And yeah, so these I just did. A lot of these cookies I did for classes. So I belong to Magoo U, which is a great program for cookiers and people who want to learn to decorate cookies. I've been a part of Magoo U for 3-4 years, and it is fantastic. It is the number one most valuable thing. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. Anyway, so a lot of these I did either in Magoo U classes, which is an online platform. You do a different class each month. She posts a video and you can kind of follow it, and then you post your finished piece. So that's what these came from this month. So I followed her online tutorial. These 4 cookies took me pretty much all day yesterday to do. So they're detailed and they take a lot of time. So I become kind of attached to them, but these are actually super fresh. So we might eat these. Not sure yet. Family, that's why I'm comfortable touching them and talking around them. And normally I wouldn't do that if they were going to somebody else. But so that's these. So that was this month's Magoo U. And then I have some old Magoo U here and some other just other classes that I can tell you about too. So let's see, where do I start? Magoo U is great for learning cookie decorating. Also, Angela Nino, she is fantastic. She offers a bunch of classes, different ones throughout the year, different ones that she has on her site that you can kind of purchase whenever. She has a bunch of sales. I think she might have one going on now. She's at the Painted Box. I can tag her, leave a link also, so that you can check her out because she's fantastic. I have learned so much from her. The cookie community was really great, especially when I was learning. I don't really like the term self-made. I like the term like community made a little better because I learned so much from the community. So I do try to give back as much as I can. Anyway, gonna continue. Okay, so I haven't opened some of these containers in literally years, so I don't know what condition these are gonna be in. But let's see, let me move these up a little bit. Okay, this one has some of my favorite cookies that I've ever done. Okay, they're actually still pretty decent. This one is so pretty. It's a what do you call this? A planter with these roses. These roses are they're toothpick roses, so you kind of pipe them with royal icing on the tip of a toothpick, and then you drop them down into place. And it's very tiny details, time consuming, a little bit challenging, but I learned this from Artie Magoo. Oh, I love this one. This one is kind of like a wood plank with, this is fondant. And everything, all of these are all edible. They're not edible now. I wouldn't eat them. They're quite old, but at one time they were edible. I don't really use fondant, but very occasionally. So like this frame was fondant, but like this little bird, that's royal icing. So I piped that, I made that. This little flower, all of these things, these sprinkles, that's like icing with little sprinkles added. Anyway, so this is just like a bird in a frame here. This was an Easter one. It's a little Easter bunny hat with some more of these toothpick roses and the bunny ears. And then this guy, this was probably the most challenging cookie I have ever made. I don't know if I can get rid of it. I might save this one and find a way to put it in like a shadow frame. But you guys, excuse me, this is a cookie. This is all completely edible. It's actually 1, 2, 3 cookies in one. So you have like this frame cookie. Wait, or is it 2 cookies? Oh, I don't remember. I think it's 2 cookies, yeah. So you have this, the backing, and then you have this, like the dome. So that's how it looks from the back. And so this back here is a cookie that has been iced and then some wet on wet. This little bunny right here, that's icing. So I piped that and then I painted it. So I piped it in the shape of a bunny and then I hand painted with edible, you know, watercolor, edible ink. Hand painted that and then piped these, the grass down below. And then this was, I went through so many different versions with this, this top. So if you know those like eggs that they sell at Easter time that are kind of like this, they'll be like chocolate or sugar, but this is a cookie. And then all of this is royal icing. These are some more of those toothpick roses, but this is one of my like, I love this cookie. And this I made 3 years ago, and it's still, like, it's not moldy. It's just been sitting in this container with this lid on it. What is this? A Ziploc container on my bookshelf in my kitchen for like 3 years. So yeah, I might try to figure out how to preserve this one because I love it. Anyway, that was another Magoo. So this container is done. And I will open another one. And then I'll see if I can save this too. Because that was the point of making the video, so that I can save it and feel comfortable throwing it away. Some of these I packaged because I didn't know if I was going to give them away at the time or just throw them in a box. And I guess I ended up just throwing them in a box. So this was a holiday one. This is a little pine cone that is all, oh, can you even see that? It's all hand piped royal icing. And here's another one, and this is chocolate. So good. But again, all completely edible. These were some trees that went along with that one. That's so, like, I don't know if you can see that sparkle on there. Okay, this one is one of my favorites. This wreath with the, like a wood plank background and these hand-piped, why are words so hard today? Pine cones. So it's a hand-piped wreath, pine cones, everything is all like hand done, it's all icing, all completely edible. And this is, I think I did this 2 years ago, Christmas. So this has been in a bag and in a container. I'm gonna need a second cup of coffee today. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. So I really like this one. I don't know why, I've just always really been attached to this one. So I'll put that there. This one is just a hand painted wreath. Again, all edible, food safe. But yeah, like, I mean, I wouldn't eat it, but it still looks like it did the day that I packaged this a couple years ago. So I haven't opened this container in over 2 years. All right, what else do we have here? Okay, this is a big one. So for size reference, these are my two hands. I do have small hands, but for size reference, and then this is a cookie. So this is all completely editable. Edible. So I did this with my last name, Freddie, so Freddie Farm. But yeah, these are all cookies. These are 2 little cookies. This was a, you know what, I can even open this because nobody's eating this. And I'm gonna get rid of it. So going through my cookie graveyard and trying to get rid of things that I no longer need. So these haven't been opened in years. They've been just sitting on my shelf. And yeah, so this cookie, all hand piped. It was all edible. I wouldn't eat it now again. But that was another challenging one, mostly like for its size. Not like this one was challenging because it took so many tries. This one was, I don't think I can get rid of that one. I think I'm gonna have to figure out a way to save that one. This was a stocking. Okay, so this cookie I made after a holiday class from the Painted Box, Angela Nino. Fantastic, love her. Anyway, she taught us how to make these little transfers and put these in the stocking, and these were such a good seller at Christmas time, so I would personalize them. This is my cat's name. And then put like just the little toys, little things that you would find in a stocking. These are all hand-piped icing. So all completely edible, and these were a great seller. So if you're looking for a good holiday seller, take this class from Angela Nino. She still offers it on her page. I will leave a link and to her because she's fantastic. I learned so much from her. Let's see. There's another one. This one's Samantha, my daughter's name. These still look good. Oh, these did not age as well. Okay, so the chocolate ones did not age as well in the bag. They're a little, they're a little rough. They're a little, although it could just be because of the size. I don't know. But this was 3 cookies, and it would go in like a box. This was a good seller though, and these were fun. It's pretty simple to make. Oh, this guy. This one went with this barn. So I can cut this guy out. You can see. All right, some of these I'm gonna have no problem tossing. Some of these I will have a little bit more, but it's fine. Okay, because I don't sell cookies anymore. Anyway, running out of room here. So this truck is all icing and hand painted. So it goes with this cookie. Isn't that cute? This was for, I think it was for October one year, a couple years ago. These I would not offer as a pre-sale because they just took way too much time, and nobody's going to want to spend the amount of money that it would be reasonable to charge for these based on your time. You would be working for like less than $1 an hour. It's just not worth it. So it's more of just like for the art or for the fun. And if you see these, like all these little details, like these lights, I don't know if it's kind of, if you can even tell on here how it's like 3D. Anyway. These ones I am just gonna toss. Anyway, these are wreaths, which I learned to make from Maddie. I can try to find her page and link that, but she's great. These they look so simple, but they took so much time, which is why I saved for them, but I can toss them. Now, what else do we have? Okay, these cookies that I'm showing next, I did after watching a class from, again, Angela Nino from the Painted Box. These flowers are just so pretty. And this was like before I started painting on paper. So before I painted on paper, I painted on cookies. Yeah. So we have these pretty flowers. I think this was called Bloom, her class. I don't know. I'll try to find it. But she's fantastic. She has so many resources on her page. And then within that class too, we did this like 3D lettering and this technique where you kind of made these intentionally made these like imperfections, which I love. It just kind of reminds me of like the moon. I don't know if it's showing up, but what you'll learn from Angela Nino that is so valuable is she just teaches you to just try something. You know, a lot of people will post in Facebook groups like, has anyone ever tried this? She's like, just try it. Like, what's going to happen? Just try it. Like, you know, you've been told that water and icing and royal icing don't mix, but why? Just try it. And you know what? You can use it. So, like, all of these were painted with water and food coloring. So you can do it. You know, it's not... And then there's another one from that Bloom class. And like these are things, the way that you get these techniques are from things that traditionally you're told don't work on cookies. But when you try it, it can make some nice nice looks. Okay, and then this one from Angela's class. Oh, one little thing fell off of it. I can ice it back on. Blue with royal icing. Okay. Look at this cookie. These are all hand-piped royal icing that has, again, been painted like this. So this is a piece of royal icing that you then put onto here. But this one little piece fell off and that's it. And then this took forever. Cookie art is just like any other art. It goes through so many awkward phases and you just have to push through it and know that the end result is going to look different from all of the progression shots. So this is like it's a vase with these flowers. I think this was called Bloom. And again, Angela Nino, the Painted Box. She's fantastic. If you don't follow her already, follow her. Even if you're not a cookier, she's just fantastic. So yeah. And what else do I have? Oh my goodness, I am running out of room here. I'm going to put this here. I don't even know what you can still see in this camera shot because I can't really see it the way that my tripod thing is. Okay, and then these cookies, these last few cookies I made last month, like a month and a half ago. They're still sitting on this tray on my, in my kitchen. I just keep moving it out of the way. Like, I'll move it from the counter to the stove, to the table, to the counter, to the stove. I just haven't been able to do anything with it. They're just, this was the Magoo U class from last month, and they're just special. It was just coincidence that she happened to do bees. I lost my sister a couple of months ago, and she had a thing for bees, and so now it's just kind of like a symbol. And when I see a bee, I think of her all the time. But when I see a bee, I think of her more. And the fact that I somehow I knew bee cookies were coming this year. Like, Magoo U, she doesn't post what theme she's doing, but I just knew it would be coming up, and it did. And I cried while making these, and I still cry, and I don't think I can get rid of all of them, so I might just keep like one or two. They're not the best cookies I've ever made, but a lot of heart went into them, because these just make me think of Melissa. So anyway, that was that. So yeah, this is my cookie graveyard. So I'm going to be trying to throw away most of these cookies and getting rid of them, but you know, I can save the video, and that will be saving the memory, and I have pictures of all of these cookies, so I don't need to keep them on my shelf. And this is me, you know, talking myself into actually doing this. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing some of these and what you can do with sugar cookies. It's a fantastic art form. And they're great gifts to give, because, I mean, unless you're a bit of a hoarder like me who just holds on to things, they're great gifts to give because they don't create additional clutter. You know, you put your heart into something, or somebody else puts it, and you give it to them, and then, you know, you can eat them. You know, you can eat the flour cookies, you can eat these, so anyway, it doesn't just usually sit on a shelf and create clutter and collect dust. So it's edible art. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'll try to save this, and have a great day.